Sergeant Preston of the Northwest Mounted Police with Yukon King, swiftest and strongest lead dog breaking the trail in the relentless pursuit of lawbreakers in the wild days of the Yukon. Back to the days of the gold rush as Sergeant Preston with his wonder dog Yukon King meets the challenge of the Yukon. This is the Yukon, the territory patrolled by Sergeant Preston. A territory where the insatiable lust for gold tortured the souls of those in high places as well as low, of a government administrator as well as a sourdough down on his luck. Midsummer in Crystal Springs, a lawless mining community, one of hundreds spread throughout the Yukon.
Well, that's quite an operation you've set up, considering you're on doubtful land.
What do you mean, doubtful, Sergeant?
Well, you know what Crown land is, Mr. Rowland.
But of course. Every other gold claim is reserved for the Crown by law. But surely you do not think this is such a claim.
When I passed through here last season, it was.
But it was cleared by the Gold Commissioner's office. They are the responsible ones.
Oh, I'll have to check into that. Good day, Mr. Rowland.
There's nothing wrong with your memory, Sergeant. That particular section was Crown land a year ago. But according to these records, it's been resurveyed and declared open.
Well, thanks, Frank.
You have stumbled on something that we have been trying to keep secret, at least until we can step in and catch the man responsible.
You mean the Dominion surveyor, Frank Johnson?
It goes up higher than that, Sergeant. I mean the Gold Commissioner himself.
The Gold Commissioner, Gordon?
Right. But since he's appointed by the government in Ottawa, I have no power to arrest or discharge him.
Is there nothing you can do, sir?
Something is being done. Ottawa is sending on a new commissioner by the name of John Everett. He's arriving on the Yukon Belle from St. Michael at the end of this week.
I see.
The reason for all this secrecy is that we want to catch Gordon red-handed before he can change his books and cover his tracks. You're a shrewd man, Sergeant, and now that you're aware of the situation, we do need you. As a Mountie, you can move about without attracting undue attention. So I'd appreciate it if you will uncover the miners who are working for Gordon.
I'll do the best I can, sir.
I know you will.
Good day, sir.
Good day.
Now that they brought the Mounties in here, I don't like it. Not one bit.
Get a hold of yourself, Riggs.
But what about your replacement? You'll never have time to straighten out this mess before he arrives.
Mr. John Everett is not going to arrive, my boy.
But you're mistaken, Mr. Gordon. He's on the Yukon Belle. The boat's already on the way.
Nevertheless, Mr. John Everett is not going to arrive in Dawson. And Ottawa can't possibly get another man up before September. By that time, we will have stripped the claims, crossed the border to Alaska, and be living like kings.
A few days later, Sergeant Preston arrived in the mining town of Crystal Springs on his new assignment.
Unless we kill the man that's coming to take my place, I'll be exposed, and we'll all face prison.
I don't know. Murder.
That's an ugly word, Martin. I should rather like to think of it as expediency.
A fancy name doesn't hide the fact that it's murder. I don't want any part of it.
Well, if you alone were involved, I wouldn't mind. But we're all in it. At a time like this, you should think of the common good.
The common good? How can you talk like that? 4 common thieves, that's what we are, let's face it. But let's not become 4 murderers.
Oh, shut up, Martin.
You can't turn back, Martin. When you came to work here, you started on a one-way road. There's no turning back. Well, Martin?
I have a family I want to get back to in the States.
That's right. You're being smart.
Get on with it, Gordon. Tell us what we ought to do.
The Yukon Belle gets in at Ryan's Landing the morning of the 24th. I understand that John Everett, the new commissioner, is going to get off there. He's going to come the rest of the way to Dawson by horse. He's going to start by looking at some of those claims that we've been working down there. You know what that means.
The 24th's tomorrow.
Right. That means that you men will have to take care of him before he reaches the first claim.
We'll never get away with it.
Oh, we will if it looks like robbery. Should be simple. There'll be you 3 men against Everett and his guide. Wait for him just before he reaches that rocky section near the Bear Note claim.
That is a good place.
Let's get going. Stop him!
Watch it, mountie. Oh, Mr. Gordon.
How do you do, Sergeant?
Not having any trouble, are you, gentlemen?
Not in the least. Why should you ask?
I thought I heard a shot.
Oh, that. I was just pegging away at a deer. Thought I might be lucky and get myself a delicious morsel to take back to Dawson. Beggar got away in the trees.
Weren't there 4 of you?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course. The other man went on into the woods. He was sure I hit the deer.
It's a good idea. I wouldn't like to think of a wounded deer in there somewhere.
We'll take care of it, Sergeant.
Good day, gentlemen. Come on, King.
I don't know if Preston swallowed my story. Follow him and make sure.
But what about you?
I have to get back to Dawson. It's bad enough that he saw me out here.
You hit Martin. What if he dies?
So much the better. That'll bind us all more tightly together. Get going.
This is what I suspected. He was shooting at a man and hit him. And trying to stop the flow of blood with his handkerchief. Come on, King.
We lost the Mountie.
No, I am sure the Mountie did not believe that story about the deer.
You think he's tracking Martin?
That's just what I think. Curtis, look.
Martin's horse?
No, he went in further down. This must be the Mountie.
The tracks Preston was following led to a way station, one of the many cabins in the Yukon maintained and supplied by the Northwest Mounted Police for the convenience, comfort, and need of travelers.
You got here just in time, King. This man's in a bad way. A bad wound, too. Needs a doctor. We'll do what we can to stop the bleeding first. Easy, King. Quiet, King.
Trapped by the crooked Gold Commissioner's henchmen, Sergeant Preston knew more than his own life was at stake. Preston had to stay alive to help the wounded man and thwart the scheme to steal gold-bearing Crown land.
Raise up your hands, Preston.
This man's been badly wounded.
You heard me. Raise them up high. Better not try no tricks with this dog. I can pull this trigger on you before he reaches me. This is one fine dog you got here. You better send him home before I shoot him.
Go home, King. Go on, King.
Get this gun, Curtis.
You can't beat the law by killing me, Roland. Eventually, you'll be tracked down.
You must be go crazy, Sergeant. Nobody is going to track us down because you are going to die by accident. Get his handcuffs. Now cross over your hands behind you. Cross over your hands. Put them on him.
What about your wounded friend here? He needs a doctor or he'll die.
Thank you for the information, Sergeant. It will save us much trouble if he does. Let's go.
14, 24, Yukon Bell, 14, 14.
This is the place. We will throw him in the mine shaft and make it look like an accident.
Get off, Mountie. Do we have to kill him?
Fool, he would be trailing us forever.
Maybe Jake didn't tell him anything.
It make no difference. He would know by tomorrow. He would put two and two together when he finds the new commissioner is murdered. Give me the handcuffs keys. We take them off and make it look right. I will do it myself. Get hold of yourself, man. Give me his gun. This is not good. Fix this. Put in the handcuffs. There, no. Everything is all right.
Let's get it over with. Let's get out of here.
Come back here. It is better we continue the way we were going. It would be bad to bring tracks to this place and back again. Let's ride. We have much to do yet.
Against orders, King followed Preston, keeping out of sight, a safe distance behind.
King, good boy. You didn't go home after all. King, push the bucket over. Push the bucket over, King.
King. Good boy. Where's Rex? Go get Rex, King. He can't be far.
Sergeant.
Constable Moore, I'm in luck. What are you doing here?
Constable Davis and I stopped here to spend the night in this way house. We found him. He was dead when we arrived. I sent Davis back to Crystal Springs for a pack horse. How about you? You look like you've really been through it.
I have, but I'm all right now. He's one of the miners I was watching. Happens to be a confidential case, or I'd tell you about it. Seems he had some sort of falling out with his fellow conspirators and was shot. Thought I could make him talk, so I followed him. I was followed here myself and surprised. You searched him?
Those are his things.
Jacob Martin. Picture of his wife and kids. What makes a man like that turn bad, Moore?
I don't know. Though I think you might be interested in something he wrote on the head of his bunk.
What's that?
Some figure scratched in charcoal. There's no doubt but what Martin wrote it. He has charcoal stains on his fingers. Quite an effort for a dying man.
YB 1424. That mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
YB. Yukon Bell.
Could be, but how about the 1424?
Well, it could very well be a date. Tomorrow's the 24th. But 14. That's got me stumped.
How about 14 Mile Rapids?
No connection with the Yukon Bell. The rapids are far upriver above Dawson. The Bell Plaza River only below Dawson. 14. Wait a minute. The islands of the Yukon, they're numbered.
That's right, they are.
14. That's right opposite Ryan Landing.
Why would the poor guy be trying to tell us about Yukon Bell and Ryan's Landing?
Because the steamer's stopping for wood there tomorrow morning, and a certain man is disembarking at that time. And we'd better be there, Constable, at that time, or there's very likely going to be another murder. And we've got a long trip ahead of us.
The two Mounties rode toward Ryan's Landing as fast as their horses could travel.
John Everett.
Mounties? Yes, and one of them is Presto. Let's get out of here.
You stay here with them. Where are you two, King? I want those two. I arrest you in the name of the crown. Turn around. Now get going.
Subordinate went wrong. They didn't get Everett, only wounded him. Preston has arrested both Roland and Curtis. What'll we do, sir? What'll we do?
Surrender. You're both under arrest. Come on, Gordon.
My congratulations, Sergeant. You certainly did a fine job.
Well, thank you, sir. Constable Moore and King were a great help. Has the new commissioner felt like going over Gordon's books as yet?
I've been helping him. Been at it all day. My worst suspicions are correct, Sergeant. Gordon transferred Crown land to those miners for 50% of the take. He'll go to jail for 20 years.
Well, perhaps not, sir.
And why not, Sergeant?
Well, both the prisoners have testified that it was Gordon who shot and killed Jake Martin.
Oh, I see. That means the gallows.
Yes, it does. Well, King, as far as we're concerned, this case is closed.